Why is it? There it is.
It's happening. It's happening.
Live. It's official. There it is, Aaron. It turns out we don't need your piece of shit MacBook.
Yeah, we're having issues with the Mac. Last week we couldn't get a podcast out. I couldn't even watch porn, so it was terrible.
You know it's bad when you can't watch porn.
How am I going to have big money jizz time if I can't watch porno?
You got the Mac with you. I say you put it in the trash right now.
Okay, here's the fucking Mac. Look, it's actually hot.
Here's the trash.
It's hot.
Okay, if it's
I don't even know why it's hot, but it's not working.
It's probably going to set the rest of the trash on fire, so let's not do it.
No, give me that shit.
No, it's going to burn the house down. The Mac's already destructive enough. It's literally in the garbage. That's fucking disgusting, bro. I spit in there and shit.
Alright,
You probably got mucus on your computer, but anyways, who cares? It's a MacBook. Fuck Steve Jobs. Tonight we got a good episode, man. We're back, man. I missed this. Last week we didn't get a chance to do it. Obviously, we just went through that for 40 seconds. But tonight, like I said, special. We got Ken Tribble on the line. He's my boy out in Colorado. He knows what's good. Ken.
What up?
There you go.
Funny Disc Time Nation. How y'all doing?
Here it is, man. He's all in. And he's sitting pretty right now at 3-0. Ken, you gotta love your position. First year in the league. Inherited a pretty good squad, but you've been able to build upon it. And last night, man, you got the W. You should be happy with that performance from Freeman.
Yeah, man, it's all about making that one good trade to start the season out, which I felt like it was a good trade for Devonta Freeman.
Exactly, man.
Yeah, dude, you say that this week, but as we know, like, they should change next week.
Like, use me as an example. I made trades before the season went down, as did Ken, but obviously my trades didn't work out so well. And look at me, I'm 1-2. I just lost to Ken, and he's sitting pretty in that
It's only been 3 weeks.
By the way, like I predicted before the season, I predicted Ken's the division winner. I might have had a chance at the wild card.
Making a trade before the season starts.
Guys, it's only week 3.
Ken, say that one more time.
The trade landscape is obviously changed, 3 weeks in.
Exactly, yeah, things do change. And this was kind of the week where guys that hadn't done well, like Todd Gurley and Emmanuel Sanders, guys that I actually had, they actually broke out of their shell and snapped off. Devonta Freeman was another one. He obviously did pretty damn well.
Yep.
And there's a lot of others too. We could go back
and
check
Julio,
it
though.
out. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
But we don't need to talk about that.
We're gonna get through all that.
There's enough said about it.
But first, we actually got Ken on the line because he has a potential trade he wanted to talk about, and we love to talk about trades on this Urbcast, and we also love to facilitate them in the league. That's what it's all about. We think it makes it more fun. And Ken, I think he's all in on that concept as well. Ken, why don't you tell him exactly what you were thinking?
Well, I'm looking at Chucky Gill's team right now, and
okay.
Chucky, the one problem when you are a fan of an NFL team and you decide to put those players from that team onto your fantasy team, there's bye weeks. So right now he's got 3 guys on a bye week. He's got Crosby, he's got Eddie Lacy, and he's got Aaron Rodgers. So obviously, the trade request should be coming in for Eddie Lacy. He's on a bye. It's a great opportunity to get somebody and help out his team. So I'm thinking I want Eddie Lacy. And his receivers are looking kind of weak. He's got Brandon Marshall, who's been dealing with, a couple hard games, with some injuries. And obviously,
the knee scare.
Yeah, that was a scare.
It's a little up in the air with the 6 interceptions that he threw. So
Fitzpatrick.
Brandon Marshall, great player. He's not trading him. I don't want him on my team. I don't need him. But he's got Devontae Parker. He's got LaFell starting, and when you look at his bench, he's got Watkins.
Sammy Watkins, yeah.
Watkins he's unreliable. We've gone through that.
So how are you going to alleviate his wide receiver woes, Ken?
Honestly, I think a running back and a wide receiver combo would be great for him. Maybe even something like T.J. Yeldon, who is potentially going to be starting without Chris Ivory. Chris Ivory might miss this week due to symptoms from Dillon and whatnot.
I know. Yeah, I think he's getting close.
Then you throw them, a stash play like a Deion Lewis in there with it, and Edelman, or maybe even a Tyrod Taylor if he doesn't feel comfortable with Dalton. So it's either a 2 or 3 piece for one kind of trade there, and I think that would obviously allow him to put LaFell where he belongs on the bench.
Yeah.
Have somebody replace Eddie Lacy other than Rawls, who frankly, who cares? And Jennings.
I care.
Also been
Jennings, yeah, he's missing some time now as well.
Wow,
And,
Rawls has got
actually,
the fibula injury.
Shane Vereen got hurt too, and we're going to talk about that later. Like we'll talk about waiver pickups. But the thing about Chuck is I've noticed he's the type of guy that wants to be enticed, and I think he kind of plans on Lacey and like a Brandon Marshall to be there later in the year for him, guys that will do better in the colder weather when the defenses are a little bit more banged up. But the thing is, you gotta like win early to be in a position to win later, and if you don't keep up with the grind and keep up with the rest of the league and making deals and making good pickups, then it's not gonna matter how good they do late in the year. You're just gonna ruin your chances from getting a higher draft pick. So I definitely think you're gonna have to hit him up, Ken, and see what he thinks. But
However,
it's gonna be a hard sell.
I've been looking at his lineup the whole time. He's got Rashad Jennings, and it's looking like he could return for the Monday night game. I know it's kind of a risky play. Thomas Rawls is a good stash play. I mean, he said it. Running back Ken. I think he can survive 1 week without Lacey. Like you're gonna have to like really give him a good option here. Like what was it that you offered him?
I know he probably won't like Yeldon. He's gonna like think that's a shit player.
I'm gonna look at your team now, Ken.
Because he's really high on Lacey. I do know that. And the thing is, Lacey, man,
reason to be. What I'm saying though is, you throw him somebody like Edelman, you throw him someone like Yeldon.
Yeah.
Yeldon this week. He has Edelman now, who can be his flex.
Okay, I do like the Edelman play actually.
Then you throw in like a Dion Lewis, who, like you said, it's good to have those players that come back middle of the year. He's going to be back week 6, week 7, and they're a pass-happy team there in New England. So yeah. I certainly am high on Dion Lewis. I think he slid through, and I don't think he's getting any value right now. But I definitely think when he comes back, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with.
The thing I worry about with him is just if when he comes back, is he going to be able to stay on the field, or is he going to get go out again with an injury? But at the same time, when he is on the field, he's definitely very valuable for PPR. With Tom Brady will be right in form when he comes back. I do agree with you. People are undervaluing him.
He doesn't have any injury history.
That's why when I was talking to Evan today about trying to get Brown and Lewis, it's like, dude, give up what you can. Like, all you need is a starting lineup. And if you get the best player in the game and then a potential PPR running back later on, it's like you might be in a good position to do some damage. But he didn't really see it that way. My suggestion to you is to hit up Chuck, man. Hit him up on the league page.
Yeah, hit him up right now. But I just think that Ken Lacey's a nice little keeper, and Edelman is a nice.
Lacey,
I like Edelman, but he's not going to give you.
Is Lacey really that nice of a keeper? Chuck has kept him every year, and Rodgers, and he's yet to really make that big of a
I'm looking at his stats
splash.
right now. I mean, 8 points, 5 points, 14. So he really isn't busting off, and there's a lot of other guys that are busting off right now on a regular basis.
I feel like if you have a chance to get Julian Edelman and switch up what you've been doing for the last few years,
it's worth the conversation.
The Aaron Rodgers Eddie Lacy combo doesn't equal wins in fantasy. I'm sorry. And like you said, Ken, you mentioned the fan of that team. Maybe that has a factor into this. But no, I think you should hit him up on the league page, not privately. Hit him up on the league page and then hit him up privately, and kind of just see where he's at, and you'll kind of get a feel for where he stands on the issue, because obviously we're not going to be able to predict him. If it was me, I would consider it. I would have already traded Eddie Lacy, man. Like if it was me.
Yeah, Lacy would have shipped out.
You know me, I'm always trying to trade away.
You probably would have traded to Josh.
Right.
Josh, the 1 week Josh is interested in Lacy. Rodgers, right. I don't know if I'd trade Rodgers though, but if you like Odell Beckham, you like any of my guys, let's talk, dude. I'll take Rodgers.
Anyways, Ken, I would love to keep talking, but
we've got to move the podcast
on. We do got to get going. We only have 45 minutes.
We got about 30 minutes going. So
really appreciate you guys having me on the show. I had one last PSA, public service announcement, and I think Aaron can also add a little bit to this as well. Please stop giving me bunk offers for Antonio Brown, okay? Aaron, what's your standing offer right now, just to, gauge the talent here on people from giving me shit offers?
I'm offering him Julio and Odell for, let's see, what is it, Devonta Freeman and Antonio Brown.
So, yeah. The bar has been set, so, yeah. I do kind of want to shut that shit down, too. It's like, dude, don't Don't
Brown's untouchable.
Don't offer shit for Brown unless it's going to be a crazy offer, and there's only a few teams that can offer you a crazy offer. So
yeah, you got. I mean, dude, I don't even need Devontae Freeman. I'll take someone lesser.
Josh, he's going to be hard to control in that regard. He's going to offer you trades no matter
Josh has so much to offer
This dude just offered me Graham Gano for Justin Tucker. It's like, bro, you're even willing to trade kickers. Like, come on, I'm cool with Justin Tucker. Justin Tucker's like my only.
But Antonio Brown right now is the ultimate keeper. So if you want the ultimate keeper every single year,
I'd rather have David Johnson, to be honest.
And that's why if you want Antonio Brown, we talk about David Johnson. I want David Johnson. Josh, I'll offer you Julio Jones.
Aaron,
David Johnson.
I'm making this about you. All right, Ken. The PSA came in loud and clear. I'm sure of it, and I agree with you, buddy. Thanks for being on the line with us. You offered some good input, and hopefully that trade works out for you.
Appreciate it, fellas. Can't wait till you guys do this out here in Colorado soon.
Hell yeah, baby. We'll see you soon, and good luck week 4.
All right, man. Have a good rest of the podcast. Enjoy yourself.
All right. And from there, we shall segue in.
Dude, I was thinking he should just stay on the whole show. It's like
he could have, but it's going to prevent us from
really getting into the analysis.
Yeah, or it's just we're not going to be able to keep 45 minutes with 3 people's perspectives.
All right.
We're just going to be talking over each other. So let's get into it. We could run down what happened last week. We'll do a quick review. Obviously, I took the L. I'm 1-2. It was a tough week. Carson Palmer really bit me in the ass, and Delaney Walker not being in.
Negative 2 points.
I can make excuses all day. My team is a mess. I'm definitely
Deshaun Jackson, Emmanuel Sanders busted. You could have just not traded. But
I'm cool though.
On paper, it looked good though.
I just want to be known as a good deal maker, man. And I don't even care if the deals work out for me. Like it still works out for me.
That deal might have been a short-term game.
Maybe they don't though.
But maybe you won that deal long-term.
We'll see, bro.
But either way, it lost you that week.
You ended up getting no Monday Night Love with Julio and and we'll talk about Julio, man. When we go through the matchups, that was
against Carolina.
Eric Steiner had a big Monday night. He got it done. Big points from his running backs.
Yep.
Fucking Coleman and Ingram both snapped off. It was glorious for him. And we should credit Woj for putting up another solid, consistent week. He's definitely up there in terms of more established and
Robinson got 2
consistent
touchdowns.
teams. Kurt Sheffield, that dude is doing really well, man, killing it. Every player he's had has had a good game so far. Colby Flinner finally came through for him to add to the point total, and he's the second best team in the league right now, sitting at 1-2. It's that's why this league is cool. It's like fantasy football in general is cool, but anything's possible, man. Nothing's for sure. You could lose and be the second leading scorer. We've talked about that. So, but he got his W in. He didn't want to start off 0-3. Congrats to him. And what were the other matchups, Aaron? Who else took home the dubs? I know Josh Michelson got it done.
Josh Michelson, went off. Let's see. Let's load up the page. Get it going. Looks like the page is bumping right now. But let's take a little look at the schedule here. Okay. Sexual healing. Ooh. Alright, now how do I change that week? It's this app, man. It's this app. I don't know. I'll have to look later. We'll have to just do it from memory. Let's see. Who else played each other? Let's see. Evan had a horrible day just because of Ryan Fitzpatrick. That's awesome. The fact that he got that should be a new record. So it's like that's something that kind of stinks, but you got to kind of hold it with pride. We do got some stuff going on with the page.
Yeah, I'm texting Josh or messaging Josh, and we were talking about doing like a Todd Gurley.
The trade's happening right now.
Landry trade. Yeah, there's always trades going on. He's trying, he doesn't want to do Landry now, and we'll see. It's
of course not. Landry is.
It's all good. I don't even.
Right now, Landry is so appealing.
So, yeah, like you went through who else won and shit.
No, I didn't go through.
No, man, like,
I couldn't find it because
who cares? You can check and look for yourself.
Yeah, last week is over.
We're here to provide insight for this upcoming week.
Let's talk about waivers.
Why don't we start with the Thursday night game? Let's go through the matchups.
Well, before Thursday night, let's talk about waivers, dude. Tonight's waiver night, dude.
Tonight is waiver night. That's a good point.
You know what I mean? Like, who?
So,
what I want to ask you is the guy from the Lions worth a high waiver priority right now? Washington.
Man.
He's playing, who are they? They playing the Bears.
I guess if you're desperate, but Theo Riddick's still getting love.
Right, but you know what?
That's a tough one to decide. Like, I'm not going to use my waiver on him. I'm cool with
Josh
that.
is jealous because he wasn't the
I
guest.
feel like it's...
Yo, we're about to get Josh on the line.
Oh, Ken commented?
Call Josh Michelson.
Alright, but let's run... Man, that's going to totally throw shit off.
No, it's not.
But,
Hit the waiver wire real quick.
The waiver wire, I haven't even really looked, man. But I know there's a few good looks
I
out
think
there this week.
Jack Miller, obviously, is going to be
one.
picked up. Christine Michael was the huge pickup last
I
week.
don't know.
Shelby got Christine Michael, and it looks like Thomas Rawls is actually going to be out for an extended period of time.
I would say you said Jennings might come back for the Monday night game, but if he doesn't,
Shane Green.
Paul Perkins is there, and then there's this guy with a weird name. He had a
Oh,
touchdown this
yeah,
last-
you're right. Aqueduct?
Yeah, so it's like awkward.
Whoa. Breaking news coming at J.J. Watt expected to miss extended time.
Okay, that devalues the Texans defense.
Oh, shit. Okay, and you know what? It could even devalue the Texans offense.
It looked like it was going to happen. We hadn't really talked about it, and
it's happening, man. J.J.
man.
Watt.
He's too athletic, I think, for his own good. That sometimes it seems like these athletic dudes.
Or he just didn't let the injury heal long enough. Because he's too athletic. He just wanted to get back to the grindstone.
He's too athletic. He can fight through injuries, but eventually they catch up to you.
I mean, obviously, drop candidates. Tannehill. I think Carson Wentz needs to be owned.
Right.
I'm thinking about trading Bortles. I'm thinking about trading everybody, guys. I'm seriously sick of fucking losing. But we'll get into all that later. I do like Thomas Rawls, even though he keeps fucking injuries keep happening. So I'm not gonna mention it anymore.
Fuzzy Whitaker and Camus Artis-Payne are
yeah,
there
both.
still.
Yep, both available. So this could be a big week for waivers.
I would like to pick up Fuzzy. So that'd be cool if he came.
Jay Ajayi got the touchdown instead of Kenyon Drake. I dropped Kenyon Drake the night before. I regretted the decision, but he only got 7 points. So maybe a handcuff. Big news actually for the Bears, and this is actually kind of relates to both my teams, is Jeremy Langford's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, that's huge. That's kind of why I want to get into like the matchups. Then we could talk about players that are on his team. But let's get through the waiver wire. Like that's kind of a cool way to do it, though.
Get through the waiver wire.
Into the league and
Zach Miller, Jordan Howard would have been there, but I snagged him last week. And that's another thing I like about the league.
I don't think there's that many like great looks this week. There's a few quarterbacks, but like if you want to go with Flacco against Oakland, I might have to do that. In we'll see if he's available in your league. But I want not much else, man. Like I don't know. Maybe Dak Prescott, Jameis Winston's there.
Joik Bell could be a stash for the Bears. Because Joik Bell is now on the Bears now. Fun situation.
Could be a stash later. I like Jordan Howard though, definitely, and you picked him up. That's why if you didn't pick him up, we could talk about Jordan Howard.
Our league is great because people that appear on the waiver wire ads for week 3 have been picked up week 2.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to stories right now. Let's go to news. Let's just check it out, okay?
There's,
week 4.
with running backs, there's Dwayne Washington. James White is still there. Like I said, the other running backs with Whitaker and Artis-Payne. And if you want to take a risk with Chris Thompson, he's good some weeks.
All right.
I like Adam Humphries for receivers. I think it's time that he's owned. He's kind of like a Cole Beasley type of player. Terrell Pryor. That's like the one guy. Like, do you roll with it? I don't know, man. Maybe he's just a 1 week wonder. Might have some other good games, but I wouldn't use a waiver on Terrell Pryor. To say that. And really, I don't think there's really much else. I think Steve Smith is a guy that someone should think about picking back up.
Right? I mean, I dropped Steve Smith because I'm trying to find the next running back.
Right.
If you think about it, David Johnson sat on the bench for, he was making big plays, but he was a guy that you couldn't really start.
Right.
He emerged eventually. Who else was like that? Oh, man, it's going to be hard to remember because I just asked you, put you on the spot. The guys sometimes just sit on the bench and then later they bust off. Like Freeman was a waiver wire acquisition last year.
Who are you talking about?
I'm just talking about guys.
Steve Smith.
Well, I'm talking about
guys that bust off.
I dropped it. Well, yeah, he does, but I dropped him for a running back because I'm looking for the next big running back, and it just depends. Like you got to. I don't know. So, anyways, here's what I want to do, Mike. I want to go through the waiver wire pickups and prove to the league that we picked these guys up ahead of time. All right. First one on the list is Christine Michael for Shelby, week 3.
Yeah,
boom, check.
That's why I've been.
Dwayne Washington. Now he is available. So that's one guy.
I almost picked him up, but I have him in Aaron's league. I don't like to have the same. Like I like to.
I don't know. I like to have the same people.
I can say I picked up Dwayne Washington. So yeah.
But Dwayne Washington, I'm considering putting a waiver in for him. So I don't know. He could be around for a while. Who knows? Starting running back Jordan Howard. I picked him up last week. Boom, 2 for 1. Let's go.
I told you.
Jerick McKinnon owned 3 for 1. Cameron Artis-Payne. I think Ken's gonna fuck the stats up because he was picked up last week. But then he dropped him.
And he's got a solid 10. Like I want to.
Okay, Orleans Darkwa.
Solid 10.
That's the guy you're talking about in the Giants.
He's
so we're 3
he's the
for 3.
one guy that's no. We haven't.
Dorset owned. Anua owned. Terrell Pryor not owned, but he is just one of those guys where it's like I'm really gonna start Terrell Pryor.
Say, like,
I guess bye weeks are rolling around.
Chill out on the Terrell Pryor start.
And then Jamison Crowder, do we own him?
Jamison Crowder, I had him and dropped him.
Because
I have him in your league, man.
Okay, what about this? Jimmy Graham owned. I like Jimmy Graham.
Your league is the league I'm trying in, man. Like this league I'm trying to.
I'm trying to both leagues that's not working, dude. I want players I want.
It's not like I'm trying to trade away my worst players. I'm not offering Dwayne fucking or DeAndre Washington or Derrick Henry to anyone because they haven't done anything yet. It's not like I tried to offer Golden Tate. I offered guys that have potential. I just want to have fun. But in your league, yeah, I got fucking Crowder. Of course. I'm going to start him this week. But yeah, there's not much else. So we got, what I was wondering why I blanked is Golden Tate going to get picked back up? I hope he doesn't, man. If someone picks up Golden Tate, fuck you right now. That's all I got to say. I'm all about that silver shit now. Second place rules.
Yeah, losing is the new winning.
So anyways, yeah, man, defenses, that's something I want to address.
Yeah, let's address defense quick.
If you don't have Dustin Hopkins, I would suggest picking him up as a kicker. He might be on our league. I don't know. I'm not going to look.
What team is he playing on?
He plays for the fucking Redskins, dog. And he gets field goals, man. He gets points. This week, man.
Look at defense.
There's some weird defenses. The Giants might be a decent look. The Bills, I wouldn't fuck with them against New England. But again, it seems like the Bills defense steps up against better quality teams.
What about the Jets against Seattle?
Let me finish when I talk. Like I'm about to finish. What about the Jets in Seattle? I'm at the end of making a thing, man. You always fucking do that.
Which one? Which one were you just finishing up?
I was just had like 5 more words and then you jumped in.
Which one were you finishing up?
Just the Bills and how they do play good against better quarterbacks and better offenses. Like Rex Ryan pumps them up against good teams. They suck against the bad teams.
So you
know what I'm saying? Like the Jets through the years have just been that team. Like
Rex Ryan
they shut down Tom Brady. Oh shit, they shut down
pretty well.
He just plays good quarterbacks really well sometimes. But at the same time, Brady usually gets them. So, but Brady ain't playing. Who knows who's playing? Brissett, Garoppolo, Edelman. The Bills could be a good look this week. We'll see, man. I'm not an expert. If you're desperate, that's probably the team to go with. From what I'm looking at, there's no one really else I like on the waivers for defense. If I'm Evan, I pick up the Bills because Evan has the Cowboys and he needs a look. So, Evan, if you happen to catch this, go with the Jets against Seattle or the Bills at New England. And just take a chance that the Bills figured out something with Brissett. You never know, man. They might get something going or it might bite you in the ass. But I'll tell you what, I don't want the Cowboys on my team after a 14-point performance against the Chicago Bears with Brian Hoyer leading the way. And they've yet to score over 16 all year, I think. And he needs a defense and a quarterback, and then fuck trading for Antonio Brown. Anyways, that's our waivers segment.
Can I ask one? Can I have
really
one
not much else.
Can I have
Go
one more
ahead,
defense? What about the Redskins against Cleveland?
Yeah, that's a good thing to talk about. Redskins against Cleveland. Cleveland has shown like it's maybe not the best look to like start them. Like Hugh Jackson knows what he's doing. That's the bottom line. He's a good coach, and he's gonna get those boys ready to play every week, whether they lose or not. He's establishing a winning mentality. Sometimes it's not about losing, it's about how you lose, because that's what builds winners. And outside of a fantasy perspective, that's good things for that football team, and it's going to mean that guys play hard and actually go out there, compete, and hold their own. And from a fantasy perspective, picking up a defense against that offense any given week all of a sudden becomes a question mark, no matter who's at quarterback. I mean, I think if RG3 is the starter, then yeah, because he's prone to make a lot more mistakes. I just feel like RG3 just has bad luck for some reason, man. Like maybe he's not in the Illuminati. Like I don't know what's going on with that dude, but it doesn't seem to work for him. And he's turnover prone. He makes mistakes. The offense don't stay on the field too long. But with McCown, they looked good. The Ravens D I think did somewhat okay, but not that great. I mean, they gave up a lot of yards. Isaiah Crowell had a huge run. McCown had a big money just time pass. And then this week against the Dolphins, I mean, sure, there was some plays made on the Dolphins' ends, but Cleveland showed up, and it ended up going to overtime, and you never want overtime games for your defense because that just leads to more yards racked up, and you lose points as the yards pile up. You might it leads to more opportunities for picks and sacks, but ultimately you don't want to lose points because of fucking overtime. And that also means one team has to score, so one defense is losing points. So anyways, yeah, I don't know. Who are they going against? The Browns, Redskins? Redskins are a pretty pitiful defense. There's not much going on. I know they got Josh Norman, but there is no, main receiver. Is he going to guard Terrell Pryor? It's insignificant, man. I look for the Browns' run game to get going this week. They've been able to move the chains. Duke Johnson this is the week where he actually got a lot of carries. I think he ended up with 10 or 9, somewhere in that range, and he got 60 yards.
Digits,
Crowell with a respectable 70 yards. And they're able to get the run game going. We'll see who's playing quarterback, but bottom line is stay away from the Redskins, even against the Browns.
All right, cool. So that's pretty much all the waiver stuff. Let's talk about Thursday, and then we'll get Josh on the line. And then we'll just finish up the cast with some remaining questions.
We'll just have to get Josh on the line next week because we're going to go through the matchups for this week. We got 20 minutes left.
All right.
So let's
Thursday
look
night,
at the matchups.
Thursday night, we got Dolphins. Who are they playing?
Let's just look at the matchups in the league and then talk about the players.
Talk
And
about
if he
the
happens
players.
to go Thursday night, then we'll say, yeah, we like that. Because that's the most efficient way to do this, if
Okay.
you think about it.
All
Because
right.
it's relevant to our team, and then we make the predictions on who we think's going to win based on who's playing
All right.
in the
Well,
matchups.
I mean, I don't
So
want.
we cover two.
I don't want to talk about myself.
Trust me, man, I do this.
I don't want to talk
I
about
don't do this
myself.
for a living, but I do this.
But
I took classes, and I was in production and shit and all this shit, and I was the fucking dude. I'm telling. It's yo, I'm the leader of this shit. Let's do this. So what's the first matchup you want to talk about, baby? You want to talk about yours? Let's hit you up. You're going against Josh.
I'm going against Josh,
that's why
baby.
we're not having him on the. We'll talk to him next week after he beats you.
we should talk to him
Because
right
we don't
fucking
even
now.
need to go through it. Josh is gonna beat you this week, dude. I'm sorry. He didn't trade me Landry, so you got to worry about Landry. You got to contest with Fitzgerald. It's just too much to contest with. You got Cam Newton.
I got tough matchup.
And I know you
Evans
told
in
me
Denver.
earlier. You tell him about your matchups.
Back up in Minnesota.
You break it down. I'm gonna have a cigarette.
Julio Jones against Carolina, which could be actually pretty decent. The only thing I really like is Bortles against Indianapolis. I need Josh's team
That is a good look.
to shit the bed. Duke Johnson's got a tough matchup, or David Johnson's got. What the hell? Damn. Ooh, David Johnson's got a tough matchup against LA. Lamar Miller is against Tennessee. He's gonna tear it up.
Johnson's still good.
Cam Newton in Atlanta. He's gonna tear it up. That's gonna be 40 points from Cam.
Who knows?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, it will. That's what I'm saying. Is Josh's team is
Okay, so we have Cincinnati and Miami.
That's why
Thursday.
That's why if Josh loses, it doesn't matter if he loses in the regular season. If he does not win the championship, you can't brag about your managerial skills. You can't. You have no leg to stand on because you have possibly the best team in America right now in terms of fantasy. Based
Yeah.
on your great pickups last year, man. I'm not trying to downplay the moves you made last year. You set yourself up very nicely this year, but if you're unable to win this year with all the pieces and all the looks you got, like the great trade for Jordy Nelson and Benjamin, which is going to pan out for you wonders, it's just bro, you can't. Man, it's going to be hard to show your face, bro. I'm going to give you shit for the rest of your life. But that being said, you are going to beat Aaron this week.
Unless I get big money, just.
I lost faith in Julio after last night. It's bro, I don't know anymore about that dude. I don't know.
Can't be.
As long as they're running the ball this way, I don't know, man.
I don't know, but
They're a good offense. They're spreading the ball around. It's not like they
it's
suck.
how is Julio and Odell not winning? And Mike Evans as well. It's just
I think both teams are 3-0. Did the Falcons win Week 1? Yeah, they're 3-0. The Giants are 3-0. They're both spreading the ball around, doing good things. Their defenses are playing above the standard that they set last year. Julio, that's why I say Josh beats you this year. But later in the year, man, you got to make the playoffs to beat him. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to just figure it out. But it's I'm just wondering. Mike Evans has been my number one guy. So.
Do you like Mike Evans against Denver this week? That's an important. We should talk about.
You know what? This is one of those weeks where it's you just gotta hope for the best.
Let me ask you this:
Garbage
Mike
time.
Evans must start. Doesn't matter the matchup, like a Jarvis Landry.
Yeah, I'm not gonna knock.
I agree. I think
can't have him on the
you
bench
roll
for
with
30 points.
I think you roll with Mike Evans no matter what.
I don't care how bad these matchups are. I just need Joyke Bell to not eat into Jordan Howard's points.
There it is. Jordan Howard could be an.
But Jordan Howard, and you know what?
Because they don't know about him. No, they don't really know what he can do.
I'm picking up guys.
See what he can do.
I'm picking up guys.
Okay, so basically, do you think you can beat Josh?
Of course, I can beat Josh. It's fantasy. The weirdest stuff can happen. You know what I mean? Like, okay, guys, Julio got 2 points against New Orleans when they scored 45. So yes, fantasy, anything
Julio
can happen.
does always come out that week where he only puts up like under 10 points, and then first quarter.
Woj got a pass, but not next time. Next time he will not get a pass from Julio.
Yeah, you guys play each other again. So
all right, and you know what?
Remember the day.
If I lose to Josh right now, then I hope that he's getting his pass early, because then later in the year when I face him, it's gonna be big money time.
Yeah, who are some other good looks?
If you all need a drink while you're watching this, take a shot every time we say big money time. That's for sure.
Like probably the second time we said it.
Yeah, no, actually we've said it like probably 8 times. I'm feeling it.
I don't even notice anymore.
All right, so let's move on. Next matchup. Boom.
Let's talk about my matchup.
Okay, let's talk about Mike's matchup.
Against Woj, I'm going against one of the better teams in the league.
If you complain about wanting to hear about you'll be talked about last. So we'll talk about Evan's matchup last.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Gasman and Vito Corleone. So Woj took down one of the Urbellases.
Go through the quarterback matchups and then let's move from there.
Oh shit! Woj just texted me. Said cool.
Cool, man.
All right, so we got Eli Manning, Carson Palmer, Vito Corleone, my man Mike, Carson Palmer in LA.
That's a tough matchup.
It's a tough matchup, but
they could easily get to him.
I feel like Carson's gotta bounce back. He's got to.
I don't know, man. It's kind of like
Eli Manning against Minnesota.
Tough matchup.
Tough matchup, but I need BMJT.
So I think I can get some.
You can take a half a shot for that one. I need
that.
BMJT.
Okay, so I went on quarterback.
Okay.
Running backs, obviously, we don't even.
Crowell.
He's got Murray going against Baltimore. That's a tough look, but it's still better.
That's a tough look, yeah.
Actually, I like Crowell, and I might start Crowell.
Crowell against Washington is a good look.
I like either running back for fucking
Washington.
Browns against Washington.
Latavius Murray against Baltimore is a tough look. That's a game where your guy in the bench, what's his name? DeAndre Washington.
Yeah.
That's a game where DeAndre Washington could vulture the touchdown. Charles Sims against Denver. Tough matchup, but garbage time dump-offs.
Denver's a little bit different. They just gave up. They just were vulnerable against Jeremy Hill last week. But they're different without DeMarcus Ware. This is the same shit that happened last year. Once he went out, the defense took a hit. I was hoping it wasn't going to be the same thing this year, but it's looking like it was. Because the Bengals were a team they could easily have put up 25 points on, and from a fantasy perspective, they could have easily gotten to Andy Dalton with the sacks. Could have forced errors, but they didn't. They let Jeremy Hill get a couple touchdowns, and I think Dalton was pretty formidable himself, but they ended up holding him to a limited score anyways. Just didn't really get much going, though. DeMarcus Ware, he makes a big difference, so I don't know.
I'm thinking, what if Denver goes up and...
Who's Denver got this week?
Tampa. That's what I'm saying, man. Is Charles Sims going to get garbage time at the end? Is he going to get little dump-offs at the end when they're...
Sims.
Or is it going to be still a good look? Or is it going to be a close matchup
I don't know if he's going to big money just time, but I think he's a good look for 15.
Well, either way, Todd Gurley against Arizona.
Dump-off pass.
It's a tough matchup, too, for Todd Gurley. But guess what? Arizona just got up.
He did kind of bust off against Arizona last year.
Todd Gurley is going to get it going.
I don't know,
There's no doubt about it.
Tampa Bay was supposedly pretty tough on the run. According to the matchups, Todd Gurley was in the red. And
I think the Rams
Todd Gurley might be like that guy that he's like the Bills defense. He just does good against the good run defenses, and he sucks against the fucking 49ers.
Right.
And Seattle, which was a decent run, but he even did better against Seattle than he did against the 49ers. So
well, either way, we're hoping for it. Okay, so moving on to the wide receivers, we got Allen Robinson against Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, that could be huge.
That could be a 40 point. Just destroyed.
He's gonna get a touchdown.
Unless it's an Allen Hurns day. Maybe it's a Julius Thomas day.
It could be a fucking all three of them day.
I hope it's a Blake Bortles day. I don't care who it goes to.
Or it could be a weird game.
It could be a weird bullshit game where it's a defensive touchdown type of thing.
I think he beats me on that regard too.
Because Crabtree is going against Baltimore.
Let's just go with it. So Allen Robinson, great matchup. Who else? He's got Cooper against Ravens.
Baltimore.
That's tough. But at the same time, I got Crabtree.
Flip a coin.
They cancel each other out. If
they?
Delaney Walker comes back, he's got Houston. That's a tough matchup, but J.J. Watt out, who knows now? It's a totally different
Eric Ebron against Chicago, good matchup. Delaney Walker against Houston.
Bears actually just shut Jason Witten down, so I don't know about that. It's the Bears. That's a weird one, man. It's tough to
Demaryius Thomas against Tampa Bay. I mean, Tampa Bay was getting torched. and then you rocking Cole Beasley, or are you making moves?
I think Cole Beasley's the guy.
So he's rocking Cole Beasley because he's getting
showing he's just getting at least 12 to 15 every week.
So yeah, Mike. Obviously, Woj is the clear favorite in this matchup. But you know what? It's fantasy. Sometimes people just shit the bed.
I think he wins.
Sometimes people just shit the bed.
So let's move to the next matchup.
Next matchup. All right, we're gonna talk about Ben Johnson and Vesheldi.
Okay, let me look at this.
Take it.
So you got Derek Carr going against Baltimore. That's a little tough.
It's a tough matchup.
Carr could overcome the matchup. Could be good for 20. Mariota at Houston, man. Ben needs to move away from that. Move away from Mariota quick. Don't like it. Even without J.J. Watt, I just don't like it. Murray's getting all the love. It's kind of like Lacey and Rodgers. Lacey doesn't do shit. Rodgers puts up 25. Motherfucking the opposite here. Mariota doesn't do shit. Murray's putting up 25. So find another quarterback in your set because Murray's probably going to do his thing, get at least 15. He's in the heavily involved in the pass game. That's one thing you can say about Mariota is he gets DeMarco Murray the ball. But LeGarrette Blount against Buffalo, again, like Buffalo could show up. What they just did against the Cardinals, another high-octane offense, great talent. They could do this to the Patriots, but I think the Patriots have shown they can overcome any defense. But that being said, are the Patriots going to go fucking undefeated? Because they got to lose eventually, and the Bills are the type of team that could sneak up on them. Blunt, I think it's not a sure thing, but I still like it.
We still need that last touchdown.
I'm not a fan. I know Christy Michael had a great game. Don't like it.
I don't like his next matchup.
Bay. I like C.J. Anderson for good matchup. This is going to be a close game. Michael Floyd, this is where for Shelby needs to go with DeAndre Hopkins or someone else. Fucking Deshaun Jackson, not DeAndre Hopkins. He's got Hopkins.
Yeah, he's got Hopkins in the line.
He's got Jackson in, but it's like Floyd might be a guy you wanted to take out and wait because he always starts off really slow, and then later in the year, when everyone's like giving up on him, he does good. That's Michael Floyd to a T. DeAndre Hopkins, Tennessee, love it, but then you got Cooks against San Diego. I forgot to mention Bryant at San Francisco for Woj.
And the whole MRI thing that Ken always said could be just some stupid meat crap,
But what if Greg
could have knee issues?
This could be the X factor. Deshaun Jackson, Mike Wallace, flip a coin. Which one of them is going to have a big money jizz time? You got Deshaun Jackson against Cleveland. I like it. And you got Mike Wallace against Oakland. I like it. Either one of them could have 60-yard touchdown.
Yeah, whoever wins.
Gronkowski, if he can just beat Gronk, like this might be a hindrance for Shelby. I'm worried about Gronk. He might be playing him every week and not getting any results, the type of results you would expect. And you got Pitta against Oakland. I like Pitta right now. He's got a consistent 10 points last week after coming off a 20-point week the week before. He looks healthy. I say you got to rock it until Gronk shows he can do it at this point. It just might be an injury-riddled season. But that being said, Ben Johnson's playing Clive Walford against Baltimore. Not a great look. Defense is where this is going to make the difference. Do the Rams step up against Arizona and put up 18 to 22 in that range? Do they exceed that? And do the Texans have a normal game against the Titans?
Texans
it's hit or miss with both defenses. I think like Mariota could show up.
Mariota could also just get sacked.
I feel like there's only a few sure things defenses at the moment. I don't even know if the Panthers are, but I think the Panthers, Cardinals, even though this week it didn't show. But the only shirt for certain defense right now is the Vikings. They're the only defense, 3 straight 30-point games. They're the number one. So
and that's why Woj beat me. I thought
this would be a close matchup.
Going to step up against the Vikings.
I'm not going to call this. Both teams are 1-2. Both teams would like to get a win this week. The projections are going for Shelby. I don't know. I think it could pan out either way. It's going to be very close. Like, look, they're giving Michael Floyd 15 points.
Fuck the projections.
16-point projection. Projections don't matter.
LeGarrette Blount,
we'll see.
It's
an interesting matchup.
Get his 4th TD.
There's holes in both teams.
Or his 5th TD, but 4th game.
So next match, I think we got
so
3 more to go.
That's 3 more, yeah, dude. We're making good time. We got 7 minutes left, guys. Thanks for sticking with us this long. All right, let's go to we talked about your matchup, right, Mike?
Yeah.
All right, dude. So let's just go to Steinerman and Jordan.
Jordan.
2 teams that are looking good. Drew Brees against San Diego. San Diego, yeah, I like it. But, San Diego actually does have a decent cornerback unit, right?
It's decent, but no, I mean, you got to like it.
I'm just worried because Drew Brees, I was expecting last night for him to...
Moving on, man. We don't have time for this. Drew Brees is a good look this week.
All right, moving on.
Give me this. God damn it.
Hold on.
6 minutes, bro.
Phillip Rivers. You sound like me last episode.
Phillip Rivers, New Orleans, good look. Moving on.
Ingram, D'Angelo Williams, always awesome.
Good look.
Mark Ingram is, you never
Against
know.
Kansas City, though.
Tevin Coleman against Carolina, don't like it.
Mark Ingram, San Diego, I like it. Tevin Coleman, Carolina, I don't know.
Travis
definitely beats out Traveris Cavett. Philip Dorsett, we'll see. It's kind of a risk against Jacksonville, but it could be a great look.
Will Fuller and Philip Dorsett are a risk.
Okay, and then you got Macklin and Jeffrey. I like Macklin against Pittsburgh, and I like Jeffrey against Detroit. I like Jordan Reed against Cleveland, and I do like Rudolph to do fairly well against the Giants. It's another close one. Sammy Coates at Kansas City, I don't know about that. Decker against Seattle, I don't know about that. Kickers, fuck it, we're not going to talk about kickers. So you got the Ravens at Oakland. I like the Ravens against anyone. I don't know if they're like big money this time type of defense, but they're formidable. I don't see them having like a down week where it's just devastating and they absolutely don't do shit. They come to play. And then the Steelers against KC. KC just doesn't have that many weapons, and the Steelers are, if anything, their offense will keep up if it happens to go down. I think those two also could score in the similar point range. So another close matchup, man. It's tough to call. But I would have to say I'd probably like Steiner just because the guys that are iffy on his team are more likely to be formidable. Like Decker still could get you 10 to 15, whereas Sammy Coates could really shit the bed. Traveris Cadet, you're really shooting at fish in the ocean with that.
Yeah, you're really needing San Diego to step up.
Tevin Coleman shown he's going to be involved. Even against Carolina, he could still get a formidable 10 to 15. So I'm going with Steiner on this one.
All right, next matchup. We got Trillionaire versus Kurt. This is actually going to be I probably might maybe matchup of the week.
This is the matchup of the week. You got Kurt, whose 1-2 record does not by any means tell the full story on his squad. It's a very deep, very talented squad. It's a lot of productions. He really struggled with Marvin Jones. Melvin Gordon's been a great look, and of course Ezekiel's been very consistent. He's got Stafford against Chicago. You gotta like that. Anytime Chicago, at the same time I did kind of say like be weary of playing against Chicago, but I just think Matt Stafford's the type of guy. He's a gunner. In Chicago, it's going to be tough to keep up when they're constantly going deep and all looking.
Yeah, that's a good look.
There's a lot of options in Detroit right now, so I don't think Chicago can hold up, and Stafford is a safe play this week.
Roethlisberger against Kansas City, tough defense, but
tough defense. They just had a great showing against Fitzpatrick, but Roethlisberger's Roethlisberger, man. Yeah. I know he just kind of shit the bed. I look for him to bounce back. If he has 2 bad weeks in a row, then wow, anything's possible,
I like Ezekiel and Melvin Gordon for Court. Melvin Gordon in New Orleans, great look.
Yes.
Elliott and San Fran. I mean, the Cowboys.
I think Elliott's still good for to get his points.
Elliott's
and
rolling.
Like said, Freeman has a tough matchup.
Carolina,
just like Coleman, but he's kind of shown he's going to be involved.
Sean McCoy's got a tough matchup against New England.
This is it's a great matchup, man.
Edelman against Buffalo, interesting. Let's see, Marvin Jones. Looking for Marvin Jones.
Against Chicago. I could see him and just continuing his big game streak against Chicago.
I could see him not continuing.
I could also not. I can see that as well.
I might be trying to pick up the running back. I'm hoping for a little running back action.
So I think the difference here is if Fleener comes to play and is involved. He got 9 or 11 targets last night, so he was definitely part of the game plan.
T.Y. against Jacksonville.
Like it. You gotta like it.
And then Kelvin Benjamin against Atlanta. Gotta love that.
Yeah.
Gotta love that.
You also gotta like Hearns against. This is why I wish we had more time, man.
The webcam rules.
It's
really
all good.
Yeah.
But no, Hearns, I like him as a sleeper play this week.
Antonio Brown.
Maybe we should start doing next week. We'll do sleepers and shit, and then we'll figure it out. But either way, I like going through the matchups. So this week, if you had to pick, man, I'm probably leaning more towards Kurt, but I definitely think Ken's team could nut and really do some damage.
It really depends on the Antonio Brown.
Kurt based on some pretty good matchups.
Based on general hype.
Let's get this last one.
All right, so Evan, you very last but not least, my friend. Even though
Evan, man, we can spend the whole fucking 45 minutes on this dude.
Yeah, it's like the trades. He's proposing them. So all right, we got 1 minute. So we got to see who Chuck picks up for his quarterback. Probably going Dalton. Gonna slot probably do Rashad Jennings and Frank Gore because Rashad looking like he's gonna play.
Yeah.
So he's good to go. It just stinks with the hopefully Julius Thomas gets it going, but
yeah, you just
hit that up, Mike.
So Marshall against Seattle, not the best look. Gore against Jacksonville could be a good look, but Gore's ceiling is limited. Not gonna really bust, but maybe this is the week he does. Last year he did have a good game against Jacksonville. I remember it was like the only 20-point game he had. Devontae Parker against Cincinnati. All of a sudden, I like Devontae Parker as a guy that you can play with confidence each week. He's the solidified number 2 in Miami. He's a big guy, and he is a talented receiver. The experts, we're onto something there. Julius Thomas against Indianapolis. I love it. Looking at the other side, Kirk Cousins, Cleveland. Cousins is iffy, but I like the matchup against Cleveland. Forte against Seattle, tough. Carlos Hyde against Dallas, that could be a good look, but with Hyde, you never know. San Francisco, it's a nifty team. We've talked about that. Sanders at Tampa Bay. I look for Sanders to continue. Maybe not do as well as he just did, but he's going to definitely do really well. A.J. Green against Miami, must start. Travis Kelce, Pittsburgh, good look. Baldwin at Jets, that's another matchup to look into. I think could shit the bed or could bust. But you just never know. So Panthers against Atlanta, that's tough, and Cowboys against San Francisco, I like that. So I guess I'm just gonna have to go with Evan on this one.
All right, guys, that's the podcast.
Sorry,
man.
we gotta cut it.
We gotta cut it.
Why is it? There it is.
It's happening. It's
We're
happening.
live.
Whack.